All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the In Demand Hairstylist podcast. Thank you so much for being here today. I am really excited to talk about our topic today. But as always, before I do that, I want to dive in and just share with you guys something that's new, that's available to you. And I don't know if you've heard about it yet, so I want to share it with you now. If you want to become a VIP, I want you to hop on over to the link that I'm going to put in the show notes to become an In Demand Hairstylist Live VIP. It's a membership spot that you can come to. You're going to get first dibs on all of the podcast episodes. You're going to get early release to those episodes. You will get exclusive interviews that will not be posted on the regular podcast. They'll only be within the membership site. And you will get monthly digital downloads that you'll be able to use within your business to grow your business, to grow your clientele, to grow your income as a hairstylist, as a salon owner, so that you can start building your most amazing life behind the chair as a hairstylist. So I'm really, really excited about this membership site. It's the next level. So if you have been listening to this podcast for a couple of years, if you are part of the In Demand Hairstylist private Facebook group and you've sort of been dabbling, but you want closer access, this will be the next level for you. And this membership, I'm pretty certain, will evolve into live trainings where we'll be able to talk live and you can ask questions and we can hash out some of the challenges that you're having within the salon live together. That really is my hope. So it's $7 a month. Hop on over. I'm going to post the link for you guys so that you can join the membership, and I cannot wait to see you there. So for today, I want to talk to you guys about, so I had a stylist reach out to me who actually used to be a former employee, and she is crushing it. Let me plug in my computer here. She is crushing it as a hairstylist in downtown Pittsburgh. And so I'm so proud of her, but she reached out to me recently and was saying, hey, I know a lot of successful hairstylists that are struggling right now with, getting their books full with this recession. It's kind of scary. Like, what is this recession? And, even people that I know that are typically booked are having days when they have nobody. And so how do we navigate this? And is there light at the end of the tunnel? So this was sort of like her concern, her question. And I was like, girl, I got you. I'm going to record a podcast episode on this because it is very real. And maybe some of you are not struggling with this at all. Maybe you have clients in a waiting list for months and months. And if that's the case, then that's great. But there are a lot of stylists who are starting to feel the effects of a recession. So I want to preface this podcast episode by letting you know that I actually opened my salon in 2007. The last recession was around 2008. So I opened my business in September 2007. So I literally opened a business in the middle of a recession, right before a recession. So maybe some of you are in this place and you're like, oh crap, like I just opened my salon and here I am in the recession. Okay. Let me just tell you, I was able to grow, scale, build an amazing business in a recession. Okay. So I went on to own it for 14 years. I sold it for multiple six figures. This new salon owner is doing absolutely amazing. So just know that you can build a business in a recession. So if people are trying to scare you and people are trying to tell you that that you might as well find a job, you might as well go out and get something that's more stable, just know that those are people with a scarcity mindset. You can absolutely build a business in a recession. May you have to shift and pivot? Yes, and that's why I am here today to talk to you guys just a little bit about what I know and what I've experienced myself. Okay, so just I'm not a business guru. I'm just not. I've built a business. I've built a profitable business. I've been able to scale a business. I'm not a business guru, but I know a lot of things about what has made me successful as a hairstylist and salon owner. So I'm going to go over a few things with you guys today. And I just want to preface this, you guys, like, can we just be real with each other? Can I just talk to you like you're my friend, like you are like this stylist who reached out to me? Like if her and I were sitting down together, we would have a real conversation. And so that's really what I want this to be. It's just like, I just want to be real with you and talk to you like you're my friend because you are. Okay. And so I'm just going to be real honest, and I'm going to go through just three things, you guys, three things that we're going to talk about. Okay. The first thing is I think it's so important to have options on your menu. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm going to backpedal just a little bit. Okay. Those of you who are in your 20s, early 20s to mid 20s, and you're building a business right now, you are a hairstylist right now, you've had it easy. Can I just say that? You've had it really, really easy because our economy has been really, really amazing. And people have been making lots of money and they really haven't been in this scarcity mindset. They haven't been inundated with news telling them that there's shortages of stuff everywhere. So over the past decade, people have sort of just been like kind of living their life, kind of just spending money and making money and spending money. But what starts to happen, and again, not a financial guru, don't really know a whole lot about economics, but what I can tell you is the minute that the news, that everything around you starts telling you, oh my God, there's a food shortage here, we're in a recession, unemployment's at its highest, and all of these scarcity messages, whether they're true or not, are affecting people's psyche. So people are just being more careful. Up until this point, legitimately, the last decade or longer, people have not really been in that mindset. Even if there were layoffs here and there, people were able to get jobs. It just, people were not being scarce about spending money. All of the sudden, we are getting a lot of messages. Even the word recession scares people, and people get scared, people tighten up, people shrink back. So let me just say that if you've been building a business for the last 10 years as a hairstylist, it's gonna look different for you over the next few years. You can either shift and change with it, or you cannot shift with and change with it. Either way is fine, but it may be the difference between you thriving and building a business and suffering through being a hairstylist in the next couple of years. Okay, so now fast forward. I needed to get that out of the way. I told you I was going to talk to you like you're my friend today, right? And this is going to be helpful for you, all right? So just know that on your menu, you may need to have options on your menu. So over the last 5 years, especially the last 5 years, what I have seen trending in our industry is specialization, customization, specialization. I still think you can totally build a business during this time being a specialized stylist. When I say that, what I mean is maybe you have gotten to the point where you only work on blondes, a very specific blonde, long extension, lived in blondes. That's what you specialize in. That's what you've built your clientele around. That's where you're at. That's where you've focused all of your energy. And now all of a sudden you're needing to, you're realizing that you're not completely booked with these clients anymore. They're waiting a little bit longer in between their appointments. They are maybe not making another appointment. Maybe they've decided to take out their extensions and take a little break from it. And so you're noticing that all of a sudden you may not be as booked as you once were, or had the influx of clients coming to you like they once were, because people are tightening up. They're cutting back on some of the things that they're spending money on. And so I don't want to say that you've pigeonholed yourself into this place. But in a recession, when you have a moving and evolving economy where people spending behaviors are different, you may need to adjust your business plan. You may need to strategize differently. And so what I would do, this is just me, you don't have to listen to me. I would 110% have options on my menu for my clients. I don't care if a year ago I was only focused on really high-end ticket things. Maybe I was only taking on new color clients. I was only taking on new extension clients. I was only taking on smoothing treatment clients. That may have been what I was doing a year ago. It doesn't matter. If I don't have clients in my chair right now, I need to adjust and pivot. Okay. So what I would maybe be doing right now is showing up a little bit differently on my social media. I would maybe start having showing haircuts more often, before and afters of haircuts. It's just not stuff that I see. I mean, just maybe my feed looks different than you, but I see most hairstylists promoting hair color and extensions. There's very few cutting specialists out there. So it's like, what are you doing to have options for your clients? So I would start promoting and letting people know all of the things that you offer. Now, if you are specializing and you want to stay specialized and that's the arena you want to play in, that's totally, totally fine. But think about it like tiers, okay? What can you have different tiers of your specific service that you offer? So let's just take blonding and extensions, and I'm speaking to my friend who reached out to me, so I'm using this as an example. Are there different tiers of extensions and blonding that you can offer? So if you've only been really offering like full like root smudge, blonding, an all-inclusive sort of experience, is there something that you can offer that's maybe like a couple notches below that, where maybe it's just a root smudge and like a quick move up? I don't know, because I don't, this was not my specialty in the salon, but is there something that you can think of that would be like a couple of notches below that? And then what is the thing that's a couple notches below that? That if you have that high-end client that was spending $300, $350 every time they came into the salon every 6 to 8, 10 weeks, what is a service that they can still come in instead of canceling or going 4 months or 6 months without getting their hair done? What is the thing that you can offer them where they could come in at that 6 or 8 week mark and get that instead? And maybe it is $100, $200 less expensive, but it's taking up less of your time. So just think of that. If you're a curly haired specialist and you do the works on every single client that comes in, maybe you're doing like a conditioning treatment and you are doing a dry trim, and then you go through and style them, and then you let them leave with like, I don't know, whatever your experience is, you have your high-end luxury experience. And then what is the level below that? Like, can you do away with one part of the service that takes up your time? And it's a win-win, right? Because they're paying less, but it's taking up less of your time, and it gives them an option. So this is what I'm saying is, look at your menu and where do you have options to offer your clients? And let's just get out of the specialist arena and just say, hey, I'm a normal hairstylist. I offer highlights and color and haircuts. I kind of do it all. It goes the same for you. So what is your current pricing, and where could you offer something that is valuable to your client? Okay. And so I would just really, really think of this, like, where can I offer something that is really valuable for my client? And so I can give you an example. When I owned my salon, we had a service that our balayage clients would come in at that 4 to 6 week mark, because we were trying to increase their frequency of visit. So if they only came in what we found is they were only coming in every 3 to 4 months. We wanted them in at that 6 week mark so that we could touch up their hair and have it looking amazing the entire 4 months, right? So we came up with a service, I think it was called the Glow and Go is what we called it. Essentially, it was a dry trim, a tone, and then a quick blowout, right? So they were able to come in and it was $100. So where they would normally come into the salon and maybe spend $250, they could come in at that 6-week mark, spend $100, be in and out of the salon in about an hour. And that was valuable to them. And it was that other level, another option for them, so that they didn't have to come in and spend $250, $350 every single time they came into the salon. So start thinking, where are the gaps in my business? What are people needing? What is the biggest problem that I can solve for them? So if it's, again, we're just saying this is a recession. People are tightening up on their money. If they're tightening up on their money, how and what can I provide to them that will still have them coming into the salon, but I'm able to still serve them as well, right? Like, so you got to start thinking about this. Maybe it's doing dry trims, dry haircuts, and doing it and booking a 30-minute appointment or a 15-minute appointment, and then charging them a less amount. So this is what I'm saying. Number one is have options. It's really time to go through your menu, evaluate what you're currently doing, what you're currently offering, and think of it like a tier. What is your high, middle, and low offering so that you can maintain your clients and so that you can actually keep running your business and possibly even attracting new clients who see that you have this new offering or this lower tier offering where they can still come in and pamper themselves and experience the salon experience and not feel guilty about spending the money. Okay. So number one, have options. And the second thing, this is friend to friend, right? I'm talking to you like a friend, is if you're truly honest with yourself, have you been actively trying to get new clients and referrals into your book? If you're honest with yourself, if I said on a scale from 1 to 10, how often are you talking about, how often are you asking your clients for referrals? If it's a 10, that's amazing. If it's a 1, then you have to be willing to be honest about that and say, maybe part of the reason I'm not as busy as I could be is because I haven't been taking action and really building my business every single day. I've gotten a little comfortable. Okay, so if you are honest with yourself, have you been really trying to build your business every single day? If the answer is no, great. It's no problem, right? You really haven't had to. And that's what I'm saying. Like, leading up to this season that we are in right now, there's many of you who really probably didn't have to try super hard to build your clientele. Maybe you have been in a salon where the salon itself had lots of walk-ins and you were able to build off of that. Maybe you do have really great clients who had no problem referring people. Like, maybe up until this point, you maybe had to put in a minimal effort to build your clientele. That's changing. In order to thrive in a down economy, you're going to have to put more effort into building your business. So there's just some resistance there. So anytime there's resistance, you're just going to have to paddle a little harder. And so I know this may go against what some people are teaching and preaching about, let it be easy and let it just flow and just do, like, there are just some times you got to put the pedal to the metal. Is that what it is? Yeah. Okay. The pedal to the metal. There are just sometimes you have to grind and be consistent in your business. It's not sexy. It's not fun. I don't know what to tell you, but that's what it takes. It literally takes being audacious in your asks. So when I started my business, and I'm going to date myself and that's okay, but like when I first opened my business, there was a level of just like, I have to make this work. Like, I don't have another option. I have to make this business work. So I got to get clients in the door. And maybe some of you are too cozy and comfortable that you just never really had to be in that place where you have to get clients in the door because you have rent to pay, you have bills to pay, you have expenses that are knocking at your door. So you have to get clients in the door. So that's where I was at when I started my business. I'm like, holy crap, I just took this huge leap from a comfortable job where I was making comfortable money. And now here I am opening this business. I literally would go to the mall and print it out from my printer at home, like, and printed out these discount cards. I don't recommend this. I don't recommend this date. I don't recommend this, but that's where I was at this time. I went in the parking lot and I put little coupons on everybody's car. Was it embarrassing? Yes. Did I want to do that? No. Like, but it's what I did. It's what I had to do. I talked about my business constantly. When I went out to eat, I left business cards. I went around to mall parking lots and put little cards and coupons on people's cards. I don't even know if that's legal. It's probably not. But that's the level of go get them that you have to have in order to build your business. And maybe up until this point, you really haven't ever had to be in that place. And maybe you're not quite at that place. Maybe you're not quite that uncomfortable yet, but this message is just letting you know, how do I build a thriving business? How do I not just survive or like make it through a recession? How do I actually thrive in a recession? And a huge part of it is to constantly be building your business, because whether you like it or not, there are going to be clients who fall off during this time. There are absolutely clients that are going to pull back a little bit, and they're going to, evaluate how much money they're spending on these luxuries. These are not things that your clients need. They are not, when it comes to buying groceries or getting extensions, I would say probably 99% of people are going to buy groceries. They're not going to pay for their extensions. So like, these are luxuries in their life. So people are going to evaluate it. They're going to cut back a little bit. I'm not saying they're going to stop getting them. They're just going to cut back, maybe not get them done as often and things like that. So what do you have to do in order to fill the gaps? If your clients are now going every 12 weeks, that may mean you need to find a good 10 more clients to add to your book of clients to fill in the gap. So how are you going to do that? You have to start promoting. You have to be intentional about asking for referrals. You have to be consistent and active in all of those efforts. And so just to you can go back in previous episodes, and I'll try and tag a few of the episodes about building clientele. But one of the biggest things that you can do is ask for referrals from the people who already have their butts in chairs in your salon. So if you already have a client who is like a unicorn client, you love them, they're consistent, they come in, they rebook, they show up, ask them for referrals. Let them know that you're looking for clients. Let them know that you're building your business, and ask for referrals. So that's like your number one thing. Ask for referrals, create a referral program if you don't have one already. Two, like, reach out in DMs. Like, maybe you haven't had to do these things up until now, but now you do. So this is like equivalent to me running out and putting coupons and discount codes on people's cars. Like, in this day and age, I would be reaching out in DMs. Who am I reaching out to? I'm reaching out to people who are local. I would go on to local Instagram pages, the yoga studio, the coffee shop, find people who like that page, look for people who you're like, oh, it'd be fun to have them in my chair. I like their hair. I have an idea for their hair. Reach out to them, cold DM, be like, hey, I'm a stylist in the area, I saw that you like, Deviate coffee just like I do, but I just wanted to let you know I'm a hairstylist. I'd love to have you as a client. I don't know if you're looking for a stylist, but if you are, here's where I'm at. Here's my phone number. I'd love to have you in. Is it awkward? I don't know. If you make it awkward, maybe, but like, is it embarrassing? Maybe if you make it embarrassing, you have to get out of your own way. during this season, it's really like about shameless promotion and like getting out there and promoting your business, promoting what you do, promoting what you offer, and serving people. So you just got to get out of your own way. So reaching out in DMs. And then the other thing, you guys, is up until this point, social media has been collectively, yes, I think, about promoting business, but so much of what I see is ego driven versus value added. And so what I mean by that is that we post a lot of pictures and things that make us feel good. And that's great. Like, it's been this like self-esteem booster, so to speak, like, oh, either getting praised for the work that you do, or praised for the way that you look, or praised for the achievements that you've had. And really, you guys, that just has to go out the window during this season, is that you cannot be using your social media to drive your ego. It has to be value added at this point. So the only thing that you need to be doing is posting content that potential clients want to see. They don't want to see, and I can only speak for myself as a consumer. But I like recently, I've been in the Charlotte area for about 3 years. I'm still looking for things. Like, I'm still figuring out, like, okay, who do I go to for my nails? Who do I go to for a chiropractor? Who do I go to for this? And so like recently I've been like looking around for a place to get facials done. And so I'm looking for like facials, and I was like wanting to get like dermaplaning done and stuff. So I'm trying to search for somebody. And I keep coming across these people that are probably great, but all I keep seeing are these ridiculous videos of people posting like, I don't know, just like funny things, or posting them like in their little like spa office. Like, I don't care. I don't care what you're doing. Just show me your work. Show me your work and show me what you're doing. Add value. Teach me something. Like, hey, like if I see a hairstylist who is teaching their clients about stuff, it's showing me that they care about the clients. They're not caring about their ego boost or their number underneath of their name, how many followers they have. I don't care. I care that you're actually good at what you do, and you're educating me a little bit so I can decide if you're the right person for me. This is what we should be using our social media for right now. Again, guys, I love you so much. I'm talking to you as a friend, but these are the frustrations that I see, that if you're wondering why you're not busy right now, it's like you really need to go through and take inventory of these things and how you've been using tools up until this point, and just know that you may need to shift the way that you're doing things. There's a really good chance you're going to have to shift. Okay, so number 2 is, are you honestly always trying to get new clients in the door? If the answer is yes, sometimes if it's a 5 on a scale from 1 to 10, that's great. Just be aware of where you're at and take it to the next level. How can I become a 7 instead of a 5? Like, how can I make my, how can I be promoting myself and asking for referrals? How can I take it to an 8 from a 4? And just start doing that. So I just gave you a few ideas. You can definitely go back and listen to previous episodes. I'll try and put that in the show notes so that you guys have some reference points. And number 3 is what we've been talking about this whole time. Consider that you may need to do things differently. Consider that what you've done to get yourself to where you're at is actually different than what you're going to have to do to get yourself to the next place during this season. And this is true for a recession. This is true for up leveling. This is true for any time. Like, it's just what got you here is not going to get you there. So just because you have been a really super successful stylist up in this point doesn't mean that you're going to continue to be a super successful stylist if you don't pivot. So there are just certain times when you have to pivot and adjust. And the people that are truly successful and truly wealthy, and truly really have massive success in this industry, are people who know and learn how to pivot when they need to. And so what can you do differently? I want you guys to walk away with something like very tangible that you can, start doing today. I think we've already talked about a few of those things, which is like evaluating your menu and thinking of a tier system. Like, how can I put some sort of tier into what I'm doing? The second thing is, are you honestly really, really trying? And what things do you need to do differently in order to get people into your chair? The third thing is just consider that you may have to do things differently. You might have to do something you've never done before in order to get people in the salon. Why? Because what worked back then is not going to work right now in this season. Just showing people luxury stuff or doing something, where you get to pamper them, that may not work in this season. Your messaging has to sort of become a little bit different. So an idea popped into my head last week, and I was sort of like, oh, like, if somebody offered this through a DM or through Instagram, like, I think I would like snatch that as a consumer, right? So what if you did something like offered complimentary color analysis? So instead of saying, hey, I do free, like, come in for your complimentary consultation, like that worked 10 years ago, like, oh, I can go in for a complimentary consultation. But at this point, everyone says that and everybody does it. So what if you shifted it and said, did you know that there are certain hair colors that work in the summer and certain hair colors that work in the winter? And did you know that there are certain colors that are absolutely a color that you should not get on your hair? Did you know that there is actually a perfect color for your skin tone and your eyes? Well, I want to help you find that color. For the month of April, I'm doing complimentary color analysis through my DM. If you're interested, shoot me a message and we'll set up a meeting to do your complimentary color analysis. I was like, oh, like, I don't know why it came to me. It was like, if you listen to my recent podcast with Lisa Huff, she talks about big magic moments. There are big magic moments, ideas that come to you all the time, and you either decide to act on them or not. This idea came to me. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to share it. If you want to take it and run with it, great. If not, totally fine. But it's something that was given to me that I'm giving to you. And, what if you did that? What if you marketed it as a color analysis, this free color analysis to make you look younger and more vibrant? And, like, I think people would be much more like, oh, like, I want to know what this is. Like, curiosity. Like, how can she make me look younger? How can she make me look more vibrant? How can she make me look like the perfect color just for me? Like, I didn't realize, what if I have the wrong color for me? Like, I don't know, maybe this isn't resonating at all, but like, I just think that if you did that, here's the clincher, you guys. Here's what's on the other side of that. You're going to have people that reach out to you and say, oh, I'm interested in this like color analysis thing. Essentially, all a color analysis is a color consultation. Oh, hey, I see that you currently have blonde around your face and you have dark behind it. Like, I actually think that if your blonde pieces were more warm, your skin would look like way more vibrant because your skin tone is this and your eye color is this. And I think that this, and if we're talking about color, like, sometimes a haircut totally enhances the color because like your ends get dragged out. So I think if we cut a little bit and then make it, warmer and brighter around your face, it would really make it pop, whatever. Okay. You get what I'm saying, is that do these consultations via Zoom while you're in the salon. If you're not busy with clients behind the chair, like, you might as well set these appointments during times when you're not busy behind the chair. Like, you might as well be talking to potential clients when you're in the salon. So if you offer this color analysis, free color analysis, and, try and make it as professional and as fun, and it's like literally no strings attached. But even if, let's just say you do 10 of those and one person comes in that ends up being like a $200 client, so what? That's amazing. You just gained a new client, like, during a time when you weren't busy anyways. But my hunch is that maybe you'll get more Like, even if like 2 or 3 people maybe like snatched on that, like you would be really filling in your book, offering major value, being the professional and stepping out of your comfort zone and doing something totally different. So that's my idea. That's my big magic idea that I'm giving to you. Take it or leave it. And if you use it and it works, I want you to literally personally send me a message, DM me, let me know how it worked out for you. Okay. The color analysis. Another thing that you can do is like a downloadable freebie. Again, offering so much value during this time where people are like, man, like she really goes out of her way. She's really teaching me stuff. She's really showing me stuff. Like, I feel like she's, somebody that I really want to go in and see. If you're offering value and they're like, I can't believe she gave this to me for free. Like, so maybe it's a styling guide, like a step-by-step styling guide that they can reach out to you and you can send it to them. Completely free, completely no strings attached. And you can just be like, hey, like when you're ready, if you love this, like let me know more of what you're looking for. And when you're ready, I'd love to have you come in the salon. If you just start talking about it, offering value, giving away freebies like that, so you're not discounting your services, you're actually giving away your knowledge. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Like, even if you give away your knowledge, like they're just going to see you as the professional and they're going to see you as the person that they want to come to. So that is absolutely something that you can do too. The other thing that you may need to shift and consider that you might need to do differently is where and how you've been showing up on social and promoting your business. Maybe up until this point, you've been using Instagram. And again, Instagram is very widespread and maybe you've gained clients from that. But another place that we underutilize sometimes, I believe, is Facebook and like the local groups that are within Facebook. So local community groups, local Facebook groups, like different businesses and stuff like that. But like Facebook, when you search locally, these are people who literally live in your town. So like, instead of using Instagram and being like, hey, I love connecting with people all over the world and stuff, which is great. I love Instagram for that. But are you really finding people that are in your town? And if you're strategic, you can totally use Instagram for this too, using hashtags, searching local businesses, all of the things that you would do on Facebook. I'm just saying, if you have been mainly using Instagram, what if you shifted a little bit and started just dipping your toes and using Facebook just as much as you use Instagram to get new clients in the door? So be strategic again by like reaching out in local groups, introducing yourself, letting people know who you are. Sometimes that's all people need to make the shift. Maybe they're going to a stylist that they haven't been happy with for a while. All of a sudden you pop up and introduce yourself. And they're like, I'm going to check this girl out. I'm going to check this guy out. I'm going to test out this salon and see what that is. So shift, be willing to shift, be willing to dip your toes in other arenas and start kind of promoting yourself and your business there. The other thing is cross promoting with local businesses. Again, I am not like, I believe up until this point that many stylists have not had to do these things. They haven't had to really go out and promote themselves in the way that maybe people did, back in 2007 to 2009 when we had a recession. Like that was, I was not aware of it because I was like 23 years old. I had no idea. I didn't even know what a recession was, but I was building a business during that time. And I do know what it takes to build a business and how just like ruthless you have to be sometimes in order to get yourself out there. So the other thing is cross promoting with local businesses. And essentially like what this is you team up with another business and you guys just help promote each other. And there's lots of ways that you can do that. So you could do that through having an event together. So if I were doing this, I would be strategic with who I'm partnering with, right? I'm not going to partner with like the men's shoe store down the street if I am like an extension specialist, right? It just doesn't make sense. But maybe I would connect with the local boutique that's in my town and we could come together and host an event, or we could just offer exclusive upgrades, discounts if you wanted to do that. But I say, hey, for any client of this boutique that comes in, you're going to get a complimentary conditioning treatment. You're going to get a complimentary color analysis, whatever it is, like offer an upgrade for that business. Events are really, really great because it's a way for people to meet you in person and for you to connect with people. I just think that that's fun. But cross promoting with other businesses is a really great way to build your business and build their business. So again, just consider that you may have to do this differently. Another thing with business to business, if you're not the business owner, like if you're not the salon owner, but you work in a commission-based salon or an hourly salon or whatever, just know that you can do this with other professionals too. So say you have like an aesthetic injector, like somebody who does Botox and like lip injections and stuff, and they're in your same town and you do like extensions. Why not cross promote? Like that client is your ideal client. Your ideal client is their ideal client. If you're somebody who does like men's hair cutting, why not like team together with somebody who is a personal trainer in a gym? Like perfect, right? The personal trainer in the gym, like you're a barber, you're a hairstylist. So like find another professional who has the clients that you want to have and cross promote, come up with something together where you guys can help each other. So it doesn't have to just be business to business. It could be like person to person, professional to professional. Let's help each other. And everybody needs help during this time. So people love collaboration, people love connection, and everybody needs help and support. And so why not connect with people? So guys, this is a jam-packed episode. Sometimes I think of these things and I'm like, whoa, like, I think this could be like a course in itself. Like I really need to start developing stuff for this, like this for you guys. But if you love this content, you guys, this is what you're going to gain whenever you join the membership. So hop on over. I'm going to leave the link for you to join the VIP In Demand Hairstylist membership group. It's $7 a month, you guys, and we can have conversations like this more often. So join that. I'm going to put the link in the show notes. If you guys have any questions about this, feedback, if you do the color analysis thing, like definitely hit me up, because that was just a random idea. I'm not in a salon every day, so I'm giving it to you. As a consumer, I would hop on that. And so I'm just curious how it would work out. But yeah, reach out to me, let me know. I love you guys. Have an amazing day. And until next time, I'll talk to you later.